Greetings. Hi, this is Your Best Life, and this is Carla Rab DeRosa, and I'm your wellness rock star. So I help women mature into their bodies and fitness and nutrition in natural ways. And I'm here with my BFF, Andrea.
Hey, Andrea Brown here. I'm so glad to be with you today, Carla. And I am a mindful realtor working in the city of Decatur primarily. And I support folks who are looking to buy, sell, or rent in the city of Decatur. And we're not just looking for homes, we're looking for the surrounding areas that support your mental well-being, because you're going to be there for a while. So that ties in perfectly with our talk today.
Yes, because today we're talking about long, cold winters and how it can impact our wellness, how it impacts depression, low vibrational frequency and thoughts. And I think this is a great topic today because I have friends who on a regular basis, basically seasonally, go into depression, feel down, feel low, kind of like a hibernation. But the problem is that it's hard to come out of, and there's a lot of time lost in terms of productivity. So what comes behind that is also guilt and shame, and it happens every year. So if we know that there's a propensity during the winter that we're not going to feel our best, then, and we're talking about best life, what are some best practices so we can get around this and take control of it? Do you have any thoughts about that?
Wow, yeah, that's really interesting. I was reading this article yesterday. I think it was in AARP because I'm getting older now. And it was talking about this myth about being happy like all the time. Who are these people who are happy all the time? And what the article was touching on is the people who seem happy may not be happy all the time, but they have some things that they're putting in place that feed them or nourish them so that they're finding joy. They're finding those pockets of joy consistently and intentionally. And like you, I have a friend who suffers with depression, and every January she goes to Florida because she needs that sun, she needs that vibration. All of us can't get in the car and go to Florida, right? Her husband was working, so he was financing things, so she didn't have to worry about that. Now we are able to travel and work anywhere, but some folks have to kind of stay where you are. So how do you thrive where you are? And I like what the article in AARP was touching on is intentionally finding those things that really bring you joy. Like for me, it's growing flowers. So spending time intentionally looking at my flowers, digging in the dirt, being in that space where I feel joy feeds me. I have to do it. I schedule it in because I know that if I don't, my mood is probably going to crash at some point because I'm filling it up with other stuff that feels a little heavier. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so planning ahead, you know what brings you joy. And what's so cool about that is it reminds me of a practice that I've had for years called creating my bliss list. Have we talked about that?
I know.
So basically, and it's time because it's interesting because I'm working on some other lists and goals for 2022. And that came up. It's like, what brings me bliss? So when I look at other bliss lists, it's like, nah, like I had one saying, oh, washing my babies and just smelling them. Well, my babies are now 16 and 17. I can't even walk in the bathroom, much less wash them. So of course, now I need new intentional things, like you're saying, that I know bring me joy. So one of the things is being out, especially over the last couple of years. I realized that I need to be outside. Not that I just like being outside, that it is a part of my makeup. And on the days that I'm not outside, especially getting sunlight, I feel differently. And there are lots of studies showing that vitamin D deficiency is one of the key components in lack of physical wellness and also mental wellness, leading to depression. So yeah, I love that, being intentional, especially, when it comes to getting what you need. And we all need sunlight. we need it. I think that because of companies that do like skincare and sunscreen, we've gotten the wrong message. We need
Ooh,
direct sun on our bodies daily.
yeah. Sun is bad. Hide from sun. Yeah. Gotcha. Gotcha. Um, I love that. The other thing that I was thinking about as you were talking is how intentional we are about things like work. Like we know we have to get up and we have to drive to work. And we've all heard many times that, wow, I got to take this trip to this place. You know, I hate being in this traffic and I hate getting there and I hate being with these people. So we're intentionally doing that, feeding ourselves in a way that's making us sick, and we don't put that same focus, that same priority on our well-being. You may not see tomorrow. So what can I do today that's going to bring me joy? What little thing? It can be anything. Like you said, smelling your children. You might not want to smell them now like you did in the past, but what is it today? And for you, it's going outside. Let me just, walk on my balcony for 5 minutes if I can't do 30. So yeah, I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we what we got from this is that, yeah, winter can be long and cold, and it could be a breeding ground for low vibrational thoughts and hibernating. But there are things that we can do, especially around getting out in the nature and just being aware of
Right.
what really brings us joy, and finally actually doing it like it's a job, because it's our
Right.
job
Love
to
it.
stay healthy and to be well and to feel good. And I definitely feel like as women, we are very guilty in the past of prioritizing everything above us and living into that identity as being the fixer or the dependable person or the loyal person. Well, let's be loyal to ourselves.
Woo, woo. Number one. Yes. Love it. Thank
Absolutely.
you. I love that.
Thank you so much. Let's party through this long, cold winter. Yes.